Failing to plan is the same as planning to fail. You must plan to succeed. In today's video, I'm going to give you the blueprint of how to set and achieve your goals the best way that I know possible. Now, before you can make a plan, you need to understand that you are the David. What am I talking about? Who's David? The statue of David. See, the story of the statue of David is very well known. Basically, Michelangelo is walking along this path that he walks on every single day, and he has done so for hundreds of days. He's walked past this same place every single day. And this one day he paid attention. He saw this block of marble on the side of the road, or footpath, whatever they had in those days. And he saw this block of marble had been carried down from the mountains years ago, but it had never been used. And he looked at it for a moment. And inside that block of marble, he saw the statue of David. Before he had begun any work on it, he saw the statue of David. Anyway, they haul up the rock, something that many people would look past and look beyond, and Michelangelo himself did for quite a while. And then he carved out the statue of David. Now, the statue of David is you. You're the statue of David. You are David. You need to understand that. What I mean is, outside of yourself, outside of you, the David within you, is a layer. In David's case, it was marble. In your case, it's self-limiting beliefs. In order to succeed or plan to succeed, you need to understand that you need to kill all of those self-limiting beliefs because they will stop you from going anywhere. That is what's stopping you from doing exactly what it is that you want to do right now. So understand that you are the David, and your marble that surrounds you is simply your self-limiting beliefs. Kill them. The bigger you dream, the bigger you will succeed. What I want you to think about is pro athletes, for example. Do you know how many pro athletes there are in the world? The answer is not as many as the people who wanted to be one. Now, the actual pro athletes themselves, they didn't even accomplish their dreams. I would say 9 times out of 10, any pro athlete strived to be the best there ever was, or the best in the world, or the best on their team. Pretty much none of them did it. Outside of a select few, Michael Phelps, LeBron James, not Michael Jordan, outside of a select few, most of them never actually even achieved their goals. But their goals were so big that they got so much further than everyone else. You see, the bigger you dream, the bigger you'll succeed. What that means is not that you're going to achieve your goals, because I'm going to be honest, most people don't. But the reason they don't is because their dreams are so incredibly big. And that's also, in turn, what gets them so incredibly far. Even the most successful people in the world probably haven't or didn't achieve everything they ever wanted. But because they dreamt so big, they ended up where everyone envies. Now, what I want you to understand is the little quote. Shoot for the moon, land in the stars. Or it might be shoot for the moon, land in the stars. That is what you need to do. Understand that everything you should do should be to achieve your goals. Basically, what I want you to understand is that even the most successful people generally don't succeed at everything they ever wanted. So everything that you ever wanted had better be big enough that where you end up is still worth living for. The next thing you must do is create your ideal future with no limitations. You are the David. Kill those self-limiting beliefs and reveal yourself to the world. Imagine no limitations. Because if you can't picture what your ideal life will be like, then you'll never achieve it. Failing to plan is planning to fail. You must clear yourself of these self-limiting beliefs at least for 5 to 10 minutes to create your ideal future with no limitations. Nothing. Imagine that anything was possible. There's not one single thing that could stop you, not your parents' opinion, not your ability to make money. You've got everything at your hands. You're God. For a moment, not forever, for a moment, you're God. What would you like for yourself, for your family? Where would you like to live? What would you like to be doing? How would you like to be doing it? What would you like to look like? Imagine that with no limiting factors. The 7 steps to achieving your goals. 7 steps. You're 7 steps away from achieving your goals. Step number 1. Make a goal. Make it clear, specific, make it measurable. Give it a timeline. When do you want to get this done? What do you want to get done? Make it specific, okay? Now, if you're not sure what you actually want to make your goal, that's fair enough and I understand. Skip this part of the video and then come back. At the end, I'm going to go through an exercise that you can do to help determine exactly what you should be focusing on right now. But let's imagine you've watched that and you want to know the 7 steps. That is your first one. Make a goal, make it specific, make it measurable, give it a timeline, and then get it done. Step number 2, write your goals down, or your goal. Singular, plural, whatever the case is. Maybe you want to tackle a bunch of goals. Write it down. That's half the problem. Half the problem is you haven't wrote it down. You don't even know what it is. You might wake up tomorrow and think, what was my goal again? I made it clear, specific. It was time measurable. I swear that, what was it again? What exactly was it? You need to write it down. There's something magical that happens when you have something in your hand and you write with it. You're transferring your energy from your brain to the paper and it stays there. You're like storing it for later. Write it down. Number 3, be willing to pay the price. Whatever your goal is, it's going to cost you something, whether it's time, energy, money, relationships. Be willing to pay the price. If you're not willing to pay the price, you're never going to achieve it. That is pretty damn obvious. So tell yourself, make a promise with yourself that you will pay the price. And be the kind of person that doesn't break promises. Step number 4, make a plan. This is easier than it sounds. I need you to write down every single thing that you'll need to do to achieve that goal. Everything. If you skip anything, it's going to be far harder and then you're going to be left saying, oh, where do I go? You know where to go, you just didn't write it down. Write it down, every single thing. And then go to work ticking them off, because some of them are going to be to boot up your computer and buy some software. For example, anyway, maybe it's download an app, something that you can do straight away. There will be something on that list. And the reason I mention that is because you need to do everything possible to make yourself succeed. The sooner you can start working on your plan, the sooner you'll see your goal as a possibility. If you write down every single thing that you will need to do to achieve your goal, there will be something there that you can tick off straight away. And that subconsciously means that you've put your plan into action. Now you're going to have so many things on this piece of paper that you need to organize them into an actual plan instead of just a bunch of different little problems that you have to solve. Ultimately, list them out, plan them by priority and the sequence to achieving them. Now, the thing is about writing down every single thing that you have to do is that you can then break those down. Because oftentimes I've found myself where I've got a problem, I've got a goal that I'm trying to achieve, whether it's small, big, whatever it is, and I don't know what to do next. Sometimes you just have to work out where your next step is and have faith that that will lead you forward. So for example, to break it down completely, I got this from Alex Hormozi. Okay, you don't know how to build a website. Say you need to build a website for something. You don't know how to build a website. Do you know how to turn on your computer? Yes, you can do that right now. That's your next step. Okay, you've turned on your computer. You know how to go into Google. You can go on YouTube. You can search up how to build a website. You can go to a website to pay someone money to get it done for you. The point is, when you break it down to the ridiculous, there's always something you can do to get to your next step. And that makes it a lot easier as well for a couple of reasons. Firstly, it kind of kills anxiety. You're not living in the future. The second thing is, it allows you to kind of take a breath and be present. You're doing something. Instead of worrying about, how do I build this website? You're sitting down and you're turning on your computer. And then you're opening Google. And you're in the moment doing it. It makes things a whole lot easier. The 5th step kind of ties into the 4th step. Take action immediately. There is something on that list that you can do. Like I said, there is something there. Get started. Subconsciously, it will mean that you have made a commitment. Step number 6, do something every day. Do something off of that list of every single thing you need to do. Do something every day. And if you get to the point where it's too hard to tick off one single problem from that list, because now you've done all the small things and they're massive. So break down those even further. Be able to tick something off every day. You'll feel a sense of accomplishment and you'll feel unstoppable. If you feel like you're doing something every single day to get to where you want to go, you will feel unstoppable. Do something every day. And step number 7 is to resolve to never quit. Make a promise with yourself that you will not quit. You're going to do this until completion. If you do those 7 steps, you will succeed. And that is a guarantee. That is a Josh Sawyer guarantee. An action exercise that you can do if you don't know what goal you want to chase is this. Write down 10 goals you would like to accomplish in the next year. 10 goals. Simple as that. 10 things you would like to accomplish. Some may be financial, some may be health and fitness, some may just be well-being, which I shouldn't underplay that, but it's a bit tricky sometimes to navigate a goal that is so unmeasurable. There are steps that you can take to make them measurable, but that's not the point. Whatever your goal is, whether it's to buy a dog, buy a house, buy a car, sell a car, sell a house, sell a dog, right? Doesn't matter what it is, 10 goals. And then look through your list of those 10 goals, and one of those is going to jump out at you. If you could accomplish one of those 10 goals in the next year, what would have the greatest positive impact on your life right now? That goal out of the 10 is going to jump out at you like a motherfucker. It's going to jump out at you. Transfer that to a clean sheet of paper and then begin the 7 steps that I listed prior. Now, like I said, if you follow those 7 steps, I guarantee success. I guarantee success. You cannot fail if you do those things. Ultimately, it's up to you. Thank you for watching the video. If you didn't know, I'm Josh. I'm also on TikTok. My name is josh.sawyer_2. I'll see you guys in the comments. Let me know what you thought.